Hey, what up, good people? Hopefully you can have some salt that and get live on these other platforms real quick. Hang on. On live, and we on everything. What's going on, good people? How's everybody on this Sunday? I'm live on them. Okay, I'm live on TikTok. Okay, I'm live on everything. What's going on, good people? All right, it's another episode of Real Talk Live. I have two of them now. We got one still on Sunday, and we also have the other one that comes on Wednesday. The other one comes on Wednesday, 8:30, YouTube only. YouTube only. And that's the L&L podcast, stand for Lawn and Landscapers podcast. That's on Wednesdays at 8:30 from here on until I die. So we're gonna do that every day. But this is Real Talk Live, where we get a chance to step outside of lawn care and landscaping and touch on some issues that's going on around the world. Still, we touch on, might hit some instances, some standpoints, some stuff going on within the industry. So, and y'all find out a lot more about me as a person. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just the clips and the footage that y'all see me put up on all my platforms. I think it's really very important that I show people another way that you can actually be the same person that you are on camera. Off the camera, you can be the same. You don't have to put on the mask and all this stuff, man. You can just be one person. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to jump into character. So that's one of my things that I put forth first, because you just get so tired of wearing the mask, especially when I worked at 9 to 5 and I used to have to put the mask on to go help somebody else make some money. To actually still be doing that now and I have my own successful business is insane. But I let people live because you never know what their agenda is. So here tonight I'm streaming on 4 platforms. I have TikTok right here, and I'm gonna try to get to a lot of questions today. I have IG down below, and I have YouTube is behind me on my big laptop. I mean iPad. So if y'all want to come on YouTube, you can. My platform is One Man, One More Landscaping. That way I can put your comments up on the screen. So if y'all comment, I can throw them up on the screen. So if y'all want to do that, feel free, because on Wednesday, my show strictly only comes on YouTube. I will go live for a little while to let y'all know what I have going on, but I'm trying to direct all the traffic to my YouTube channel. So that's the goal. And today I'm on that hot coffee. Let me see. I think that's the freshest one. Yeah, let me put that back. I just woke up from a nice nap. So that's one of my things that I do on Sundays. I do sleep. I do take a good nap. So let me get to my titles and everything, and we'll go ahead and get it rocking and rolling. Y'all know how it go with me. Let me see here. And of course, I think we'll go ahead and pop it off. It's another short of Real Talk Live. We about to go on and get into it. We got some good subjects that we want to talk about, especially the last one. I feel like just to get a lot of people's standpoint regarding this issue whenever I get to it. So, and you can throw comments out there. I would love the comments when I bring up this last topic, because it's really touchy depending on who you are. So, and we go dive into it. But this is another episode of Real Talk Live. Like I said before, we go touch on things that's going on around the world. You gonna find out a lot about me as a person, what I went through in my past to actually turn into the person that I am right now. So we're gonna find out. So we're gonna go ahead and get the show going. First of all, y'all already know. Let me see here. I think I'm gonna go, yeah, let's go ahead and give Red Dog Supplies they flowers again. Lauren, again, thank you. Thank you for taking the chance on me. The first nice size brand. I think they're a large brand. I ain't gonna play them hot dog. The first large brand that took a chance on you guys. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the others, they took the chance on me and got in with me. Thank Lauren for coming down, vibing out with me in real life to see how I am in real life. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Something that a lot of people ain't never seen before, and how I carry on and how I get down within my community. And she took a chance on me. And for that, I represent them hard. So you can always go to www.reddogsupplies.com. You can definitely get your string, your blades, I mean, anything that you need for your equipment to help your business run efficient. Go to them, When you finish checking out, they ask you for a code. Just go ahead and type in code 1M1M and receive your extra discount, okay? And for the individuals that met me at the expo, there was a special code card that was given out at my booth, and you will get an additional % off if you had that code. So, hey man, y'all go ahead and tap in with them. She's solid. I vouch for her on any day. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a good representation of the company, and it says a lot about Red Dog, because I know a lot of other brands. I don't blame the brands at all, and there's nothing against them, but I do feel like they have a couple of representatives that make the decisions on their brands that see things a certain way. And because it's like that, they might miss a great opportunity to get in with a lot of other people across the country because we're not all carrying on the same. See what I'm saying? You go miss a great opportunity because it's something that's happening behind the scenes. It is. Whether people like it or not, you see a lot of people that's linking up real tough across the country. I hope y'all aware of what's going on, because it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just so glad to just be a part of something like that. A movement that's happening to where like individuals is truly linking up and getting some money together. I'm talking about truly linking up and get some money together. You know how beautiful that is with no hate, at least it's not coming out, no envy or something like that. It's beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful. So we could touch bases on that a little bit longer in the show. But again, shout out to Red Dog Supplies for holding me down. It really means a lot to me. Now let's get to a couple of the comments before we move to the next screen. I see somebody, hello from Kansas City. Dot Hubbard, what up, family? Dad, do this. What machine you running? I'm running all X marks. Got a 36-inch turf tracer. I also got a 52-inch turf tracer. I got two of those. Two 36s, two 52s, and I got one Laser Z. Model is in Sam as in socks. I have that model, but on my 52-inch turf tracer, that's all X series. And then my babies, they only come in S series, and I got a couple of them. That's what I run right there. He said I run two Toro 2060 inches. I ain't mad at you on that. Let's get to a couple other comments. I see one come through on YouTube. Let me see here. In God's hands, what up, family? What up with you, man? It's a good day. I tell you that. Skag got and slid in on YouTube. What up, family? It got me a YouTube. Now, yeah, hell yeah. Appreciate you tapping in on there. Appreciate you. And everybody that's on IG just streaming in. What up, Jones? What up, family? I see Nanny Connie done tapped in with me. Carver Johnson, another brother, man. Skis at 615. What up, bro? Nashville native. Chop Long. What up, homie? We're going to get up here soon. Track Nation G. What up, family? See my brother DS in the building. I ain't mad at y'all, man. The Stump Doctor. What up, homie? So, let me get back to my banner so I can see what Shaq was crack-a-lacking. Okay, so I just gave Lauren her flowers. Okay. Now, we're going to go to Spotlight of the Week. Let me see who I'm going to ride out with, who I'm going to give it to. The Spotlight of the Week. That's somebody who's doing some exceptional things out here. Let me see here. The Spotlight of the Week, I ain't going to even lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna have to give a Spotlight of the Week to Grass Girl Tara and Sierra. I promise I'll stop destroying her name. I used to destroy her name every time I say something to her. We're gonna give it to the Grass Girl Tara and Sierra. They some good ass people right there. I'm gonna give them the Spotlight of the Week, man, because Sierra, it was her birthday recently, so they decided to come all the way down here to Nashville again to vibe out with Crowley, man, and it was like beautiful. Like since they touched down in the city, like we met up and everything, we vibed out. Golly, they came and worked with me. I was able to take them over my brother Daryl Holmes' house. You know what I'm saying? We vibed out over there to real late to where we couldn't get up in the morning because we were having such good camaraderie. Man, to where like, and that's after we worked during the day. I took them to my daughter's basketball game. They was able to see her hoop. Man, it was just like really like a family orientated environment. And then on Friday before they left, Mom Dukes cooked them the biggest salad spread like at a restaurant to where we had the cucumbers. I mean, anything you can think about being on a salad was on the front table with the fresh leaf with the fresh leaf lettuce, you know what I'm saying, little spinach and all that good mix up. I mean, it was beautiful. The boiled eggs. I mean, it had everything on the table because we tried to cater to their diet because they really taking the conscious effort to change their diet for better reasons. So I said, man, so we accommodated to them and we made them very nice salad. So it was nice. It was nice. I'm gonna give the spotlight of the week to them, man. I just really love them too from the bottom of my heart. For real, it's just they're solid. They some solid people, man. I just can't wait until I go and actually chill with them in their city. You know what I'm saying? I really can't wait. And this coming up soon due to some things that I like to do before the lawn maintenance season come in. So we're gonna give a spotlight of the week to the grass girl and her partner in crime, Sierra. And they own all the platforms. I'm not mistaken. I know both of them is on TikTok. Both of them is on Facebook. Both of them on IG. Y'all know what it is. So solid as they come. We got some footage from that encounter that's coming up right now. They did a time lapse where we was blowing the leaves on a larger property that I have down here in Nashville, and it was really cool. So well, let me see here. Also, let me go ahead and throw something else up there. I do have my merchandise out right now. You know what I'm saying? To where like you could go get the cups. These are the prototypes. You know what I'm saying? The real cups, they got the brand real big and bold on there. You could go to my website at www.onemanonemorelandscaping.com. Again, that is www.onemanonemorelandscaping.com. If you're having problems, Google it. Or if you're having some more problems, go through all my platforms, go through my bio. My website is on there. You can go ahead and order your mug, order your hat. That's all we have right now available because we have paperwork back on it. So in due time, the hoodies and everything else will come out once we get the documentation that we need in to make sure that things are secured. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So there you go. I do have a website, and then new clients trying to get in. I do have an intake process on there. Slots are filling up extremely fast. Really, I don't even have any slots available. So until I do what I need to do this upcoming season to clear up some slots, because I'm finna make another drastic change with my lawn maintenance and landscaping season to make it make more sense to me. Okay, we got to make this damn thing make more sense. So, and on stuff like that, I would like to talk about that more on the L&L podcast is Wednesday night. That is set up strictly for the lawn care and landscaping industry. And I'm telling you, that show gonna be totally different, almost on the scale of something like this, but except they're totally different. So, and that's it. So if you want to support me with the merch, all the proceeds will go right back into the landscaping community on things like helping other landscapers, lawn maintenance people do functions that they have planned out to do this year. I also want to have something in place if something goes down on one of the guys at moors across the country. Maybe I can have enough funding from people who helped across the country to where I can help them get their mower fixed because I know how that's going. All the proceeds are going towards stuff like that. It's not for personal gain, even though I'm grow up naturally on my own within my own city. So I'm just totally gonna do things differently than the other guys do because I'm not like none of these other guys, so they can't treat me like none of these other niggas for real, because I'm nothing like them. For real, y'all can't do that to me. And we gonna keep things a buck 50 on everything that I touch. So as the young ones like to say, keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and move on to the show. So let me see here. We'll go from I think the next category. Hold on, I gotta drop down because everything is kind of running together out here. I so many banners. Hang on. Uh, there you go. Okay, I need to edit that. Hold on. Let's stay on that. Let's edit. Hang on, y'all. Let me make some modifications. Okay, we're gonna talk about some real juicy. Hang on. Let me save it. We'll get it together. Let me see here. In the meantime, we'll go over some comments real quick before I get into the next category. Try to always keep up with the comments that's coming down through. But anybody that's on YouTube, you see the story from my past, you see the title, which is my divorce. We're gonna touch bases on that I've been dealing with and going through, and I'm gonna give y'all some personal insight from my standpoint on how did I feel when I went through that tough time in my life. And I'm gonna do a disclaimer first before I even get into that. So I'm gonna go through a couple of comments. Okay, it's time to put down lines now. Yeah, it's almost time. Wolf Ticket 36. We don't have too much longer to go. Much love from the city of Fulton, Georgia. Just celebrated my 61st birthday. Hey, Wolf Ticket 36, congratulations on that 61st birthday, bro. You is full of wisdom. You is definitely so full of wisdom. You probably somebody I need to communicate with. I'm not gonna lie. All that wisdom and the stuff you done had to overcome in life to tackle 61 years on this earth is woof, you full of wisdom. I know it for a fact, y'all. I know you can tell me something any day, all day, with that much age and wisdom within you. Dot's Lawn Service, game changing. Appreciate that, whatever that was referring to. Appreciate that. And somebody said this the NFL. Let's go Patriots, my man. Okay, a lot of NFL fans. All right. Shane, what up, bro? What up, man? Dots from North Carolina. You said North CT. I'm not sure what CT's from, Dots. What's that? North Connecticut? Is that what that's from? Goodness. It said Wild Oak Field out here in Connecticut. It's gotta be Connecticut. Okay. So I go ahead and make sure there ain't nothing else on that one. It's not. And we'll go back to the banners. Okay. Now I go ahead and get into a story from my past, and this is gonna be real interesting right here. It's gonna be real interesting, man. It's when I was going through my divorce with my kid's mom. Boy, this was a tough time for me right here. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna do a disclaimer first. This is not nothing against the individuals that impacted me during this time. It's nothing against y'all for real. But this is it's my story. This is my viewpoints. That's it, and I'm entitled to that. Cause we all on good standpoints right now, but we can always take it back left if y'all want to, because I'm gonna come with the truth. But this is just a disclaimer that hey, we good. But I gotta tell it to the people on my standpoint. I'm gonna throw that out there to the parties that was involved in this. So. Back to the damn story. Hang on. Let me take a swig of this coffee, and then we're going to dive back, and we're going to dive into that. Okay. Okay, I forgot when it started, man. Kind of been going through this for a while. Still not really technically divorced yet, but we should be on our way there within the next month or so. But me and my kid's mom, boy, we had truly a knockdown drag out fight, man, and it was during divorce court, man, and the situation it was really kind of awful how I was getting played in this situation for real, because it was so much so much chatter going around the city regarding that issue that I was gonna lose, that I was low down, how I was doing. It was just so much, because I'm the one that filed. She didn't file, I filed. It was on me. And that happened off a series of events to when, like, I had to get an understanding, because her mouth got so reckless one time during an experience that she undergone in her life. Her mouth got so reckless. And then with me, I'm the type of person that I don't argue with individuals. I never do. I don't go back and forth with people and bickering and calling people out their name and that and the third. That's just something I refuse to do. And so whenever somebody take it upon themselves to talk shit to me, to try to make me feel less of a person, I'm so not with it. That like I come out lashing, and then with me, I cut people off. Like I cut them off. Like I don't give a fuck who you is. You could be kids, mom, dad, it doesn't matter who you are. If you can't come at me in a respectful manner, you get cut off. She fell in that category. So I went and filed papers, get just gonna kill all this shit, man. And I just really just wanted just time with my kids out of all of that. So, but with me building this business that I did, I didn't really have too much time just to go spend a lot of QT with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, because I had to turn into a different monster due to the mental stuff I went through when I went broke. And I wanted to leave the hustle game alone, and I left the 9 to 5 alone. Like I went through some mental problems there to where I had to literally humble myself to go make $10 an hour. And I'm saying all that just to throw it out there how hungry I was regarding my company. And so during this divorce, right, when I tell y'all that no party was going, I wasn't going, and she wasn't going. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that went through the pipe, that went down the pipe with this divorce because, you know what I'm saying, my main counsel got kicked out, got removed from my case on some bullshit that was not never proven in court. And then during that time, that's when the period of time where I cut my finger. I almost cut my finger off. So all my finances was tied up in the repairing my finger. So I couldn't afford to really go get another lawyer on my case at the time. So this means that I had to, you know what I'm saying, put my big boy pants on, my big boy drawers on. I had to go represent myself in a divorce case that wasn't none of us going. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about nobody was bending to nothing. I mean, I'm talking about I was getting trashed out here in the city, and everything really got back to my ears on what people were saying and all of this, on how petty I was. Cause it started, in the beginning, the riddle was that I was petty on how I got her served and everything. They calling me all this and calling me all that, not knowing what I was, you know what I'm saying, how much shit she talked to me and got me piped up like that to where I pulled the trigger regarding the divorce. So I had to represent myself. And I had to, submit all my own motions to be heard in court. I had to write my own orders, like as the judge makes his decision in court on what happened, then one of the parties has to write the order up, and the order is the whatever the judgment was that the judge came out with the ruling. It had to get documented down for the courts, and they call that the order. So I had to do all of this good stuff on my own, to where I lost a lot of sleep at nighttime just writing these lot of motions that I put in, because I was going to court so much defending myself because I had to. You know what I'm saying? Because shit still wasn't going right. And I feel like that because of that, my kids made me feel it, that I didn't really give them a lot more time during their younger years when they was growing up, because I had to build my business and keep taking care of the financial obligations of the household that I chose to lead. You know what I'm saying? To get my peace of mind. And this is just a word to the wise to a lot of guys out here. Like, if you're going through an awful situation, or females, if you're going through an awful situation regarding it, and it's about time for you to leave. Like, when you leave the household or do what you got to do, like, you can't take the financial responsibility out of the household. That has to stay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of the times one of the parties, when they depart, they take the finances with them, and you can't do that if you married, or you have obligations of a marriage to uphold until y'all get divorced. The money has to stay there. And so that's one of the things during my divorce, where I never really took the money out the house, because how I had things set up. So, and that hurt because I had to move out, keep them thousands I was putting in that household, and plus still manage to survive on my own and everything, and plus have to deal with going through all this rigorous divorce, because we was back and forth. We was going to court so much, like we was average going to court at least twice a month, because every time I went to court and addressed some issues that I was having with my children's mom, then I used to go right downstairs and I used to put more motions in, because if I wasn't getting the amount of phone calls that I was supposed to get with my children, I was going to tell it. You You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't getting the right time frame I was supposed to get with my children, I was going to fucking tell it. I was telling the judge everything. I was putting so many emotions in that, you know what I'm saying, my reason for do that, because I know for a fact that attorneys charge for come back and forth to court. They charge for that. That ticket on that other end start getting up there so high, you know what I'm saying, to where like, hey, you gotta have some real grit and fight, cause I fought for everything I wanted. I fought cause like it was supposed to be somebody. I think she might have asked for alimony or something like that because of my business, because I'm alright out here. But depending on how you communicate to the IRS, how alright you are, because anybody that's in business know there's an abundance of tax write-offs that you do receive since you took the chance in becoming a business. So because of how I filed my taxes in the manner that I did file them, she made substantially more money than me. And to ask, request me to give alimony was so preposterous that shit got swept under the rug to the point to where like I could have received it. You know what I mean? And make a long story short, I went through a time during that divorce, man, where I was humble so bad. It's when my kids turned, when I knew my kids turned on me. You know what I'm saying? I was really just trying to get some time and just develop some type of relationship with them. But during that time, like when they used to have to come stay with me for a little while, bro, they turned on me. Hey, these little devils, hey, they gave me hell every 2 weeks, bro. They gave me hell. And I tried to do everything to make sure that, I got them stuff or whatever they wanted to do. We was doing it. Like it didn't even matter just to get some time with them. So yeah, they made me feel it. They made me feel this little and broke me down so bad. I think during that time when the last time they broke me down, I was talking to somebody on the phone, and I ain't gonna even mention who I was talking to. And they was even so mad about the situation because they were like, bro, they really don't know what type of dad they had. You know what I'm saying, or how you really be holding shit down. Really, they said, man, and I really couldn't tell them about it. So I was like, wow, this is amazing how your heart, your wise flip on you like it, because due to some time, they wanted my time with them. You know what I'm saying? They were like, forget all the shiny objects that you can buy us, because I done bought them go-karts, I done bought them all type of shit to ease their pain, but they didn't even want to ride the shit when they came back. And I know it was some, because like I seen them have so much fun on it. And then when they came back, I know what was implanted in their minds to where they didn't want to ride or take advantage of some of the things I was able to give them because of my financial situation. And I was like, man, it was rough. You see what I'm saying? And then I was back and forth to court dealing with the finger. I couldn't work. Man, it was an awful situation to know that I was coming out of that divorce. I was winning. There was no losing on my end. I was winning so bad in them that the opposing counsel, literally, the judge made the other counsel for the children's mom. She made her send me all the orders before she was able to submit them to the courts, on because how I was defending myself during this divorce. I was not letting anything slide. And because I was not a licensed attorney, I was able to go by the rules of using your heart first and literally fighting for yourself, not in no third party, how they trying to talk for you. No, I spoke for myself and from my own heart in court on how I was getting railroaded and how things was happening. And I spoke so hard and forced the issue so bad that the courts had to feel me. The Judge Smith, Lord rest his soul, he had to feel my pain. You know what I'm saying? And I did that, bro. That fought because I know there's so many men out here and there's so many women out here. If they ever get caught on that side, they get railroaded during a divorce case. And that's because, bro, they don't know which direction to turn because it can get expensive. And then the lies can get told. Then you don't know what type of paperwork that you need to submit so you can get in front and tell the judge. And then the other side is trying to pile up so much paperwork because they know the rules of the court and you don't know the rules. So you going through the motions, getting railroaded when you have the same amount of rights that the other side have. Like when you get married, it's totally different. You honestly have the same rights as your wife. Now, whether you relinquish them rights, that's totally on y'all. And I found out that all the stereotypes, that's not true. It's not true that she go win everything. It don't matter. It's gotta be split down the middle. It don't matter. Where the money at? Did the money leave the household when y'all split up? That's what they want to know. Was the kids impacted when y'all split up financially? That's the main kicker right there. Now, if you're gonna leave, don't take that money out of the household until y'all get all the way divorced and it gets decided where the money going. You can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just giving you a warning because I never did that. But the process was real vigorous to where like I just got tired because during the season it's hard to keep up a pace like it and go back and forth to court. It's really hard to do that. So that was a rough time for me. And then when I finally got to working and everything, I was able to hire a lawyer. And they just finally let me know that how the lawyers really, I can see why people say that they take advantage of people. Because I had a lawyer probably done gave this chick $4,000 and didn't get nowhere in my case. Nowhere. And then she was at the point right now where I'm paying her hourly to where I had to fire her ass like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like a month ago. Because we trying to finalize this thing right now. And we've been like going at it for like almost 10 years, like 7, 8 years through this divorce. But in saying all of that, both sides are we had a good agreement. You know what I'm saying? That we go do this thing just to raise the kids. You know what I'm saying? We go definitely, come to a middle point. And like right now, I'm having the best relationship with my children. And also I got a good relationship with their mom right now. We not at it, and then we might get into it on the phone, but at the end of the phone call, we go come to some type of understanding because it's a level of respect. But we had to literally go through war and go through a battle to get on some type of common ground for the kids' sake. That's all I'm saying. But I literally fought in that divorce court to make sure that I didn't get railroaded. And there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of lost hours. I used to have to stay up late at night and type them motions up to be heard by the judge. And you have to do it in such a way to where you have to give the opposing side some time to prepare to go to court. So they need at least a 2-week window. So when you go file that motion, you got to sign off that you got to send the opposing side a copy of that motion so they can prepare along with all the supporting evidence on why you need to see the judge. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned how to do all that stuff. I learned the rules of the court. I learned when to object in court if I feel like this hearsay, she say, and they're not proving the allegations that they're bringing forth. I know when to object. I know what rule to stand on. You know what I'm saying? And it took me time of studying the law just to make sure that I represented myself well in that divorce court. You see what I'm saying? And I did. I did. I put on. I'm not gonna lie. You can ask her, she might be bad though. She might be bad the motherfucker though. But if you ask her, you'll be like, man, did he give you hell in divorce? She gonna look at you like that little bastard. She gonna be like that motherfucker what shit. Man, she said, man, you had me going to court at least 2 or 3 times a month defending myself. It got so bad, bro. It got so bad that the judge was like, okay, when you go to court, let me explain. When you go to divorce court, it's like 3 calls in there. It's first call to where like they acknowledge that both parties are in court, and they acknowledge if it can get worked out quick, a lot of issues get handled on first call. And then some lawyers be like, well, we gonna take it up on second call. And then they'll go through all the names on the docket again for second call. Okay. But doing second call, that's majority. That's when the lawyers got to go back and forth and kind of, debate a little bit on who go get what, and then the judge makes the final say so on second call. For third call, that's for when individuals have a lot of motions that they have to go over, a lot of issues that needs to be addressed before the courts, and you don't feel like it's gonna get worked out in a timely manner. The courts ask you to request for third call. Every time we went to court, we was on third. To where I'm telling y'all, We will be in court for at least 2.5, 3 hours every 2 weeks. We was in there for 2.5, 3 hours because we had to wait till all the other cases finished before we got up there and settled what my issue was this time. To where, like, I'm talking about literally every week I was going down there dropping 3 motions to go back to court in 2 more weeks. I said, we're going back in 2 more every 2 weeks to let you know I'm not bullshitting. I ain't playing no games regarding my rights. You ain't finna do nothing stupid. You finna have to follow these rules. I was tattletelling. I said, man, if the roles was changed, I get done the same way. I said, hell no, I ain't going. So I had to stamp it down that I wasn't going. So, but like, make a long story short, that was a rough period in my life right there, and it taught me a lot about myself. And it taught me my kids, they put that last thing around my heart for real, to where they turned me into what a lot of people call me the Tin Man. You know what I'm saying? For real, a lot of people call me the Tin Man, or they just like, bro, you don't have no heart when it comes to like your cutoff game and how you can talk to somebody or how you just do stuff, man. It's like, bro, you just don't have no heart. And it's like, man, if your wives turn against you on why you doing this out here, and then you done been through some stuff and you done seen how people will change up on all of this bullshit in the third, you'll be like, you will get tired after a while, and you just have to protect yourself and protect your heart and your interests. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this: there's no way anybody should want to talk so out of the way to me to where they can't come talk to me with some type of respect. And if anybody feels like they got to do the hooping and hollering, the calling me out my name, trying to make me feel less of a person in such a way, that might be the only time they get away with it within my face. And then after that, I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be president, pope, mom, dad, kids, the highest of the highest, lowest of the lowest person. I don't give a fuck who you is. You finna have to get the fuck away from around me forever. Forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. Like, you got to go way over there, because if you feel like you could talk to me like that just to get your point across, the level of respect is gone. And I hang true when it comes to that respect level on how people talk to you, because I won't never go at nobody no hollering manner. So it's all about respect. Respect goes a long way on how you treat people and how you talk to people. And I'm an advocate on leading with respect first. You can get your thought out to anybody, anything you want to say. If you're respectful, if you're respectful, you can tell anybody anything you want. You can tell them go jump off the side of the bridge if you do it in the right manner. And you have some respect with it, could give some legitimate reasons why they need to go jump off a bridge. You can say it. It's just all about respect. But a lot of people, they get mad and emotions get involved. And then they forget about their respectful part of it because they're hurt. Their feelings are hurt. So they want to make the opposite side feel what they feeling. But they go fuck around and find out over here instead of coming to me like a person and talk to me about it. If you want to do all the hollering, shit, that's going to be the last time you get away with it. So, and that's the story from my past. You know, I kind of went off because that was a time in my life it was really impactful for me. You know what I'm saying? Just telling y'all a little bit more about my past. And hopefully we'll have that shit wrapped up, you know what I'm saying, nailed into the coffin within the next couple months. So we got to go back to court coming up soon regarding that matter. And we're going to go ahead and get it finalized. And then I'll be like super officially free. Man, and how I went through that, man, I put on everything. I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back because it's too much bullshit that you got to go through to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going back. It's just gonna be what it is. I ain't lying. People could take it how they want to take it. I ain't going back to that life no more. And saying, and everybody who married and y'all got a good mutual agreement, significant other, taking care, holding it down, man, it's congratulations to y'all. For real, there's no hate over here. I'm congratulating y'all because a lot of times it don't happen like it. Like a side has to literally beat the door down before the other side feel like that, okay, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta beat the door down now. I used to use that situation as motivation to just really just keep putting my foot on the gas out here in the community, because I always told myself when my kids, when me and them get on this true relationship, how we go get on, I can literally show them why daddy wasn't around like I should have been, because somebody had to sacrifice to be able, and somebody had to sacrifice to be able to change the family's dynamic regarding being a business owner in a family, a productive, a successful business owner. Somebody's got to literally sacrifice their damn life to build something. There's no getting around it. You're going to lose time, sleep, and everything. And I had to do that, but I have some tangible things to show my children. Look, this is why daddy wasn't around. And now y'all are in the situation y'all are right now because daddy turned into what I turned into. Like, I had a big input behind the scenes on a financial standpoint, huge regarding my kids. And she know she can't play my hot dog regarding that. She know. She know all the screens. She know she can't play my hot dog when it come to me splitting that pocketbook. Can't play my hot dog. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I say play your hot dog, that means she can't play me like I wasn't holding down my end of the bargain and taking care of my little ones. Well, I fucked up with, and I can admit, it's the time issue, which is more important than the money with kids. Especially when they're young, it's the time. You got to give them time. You got to fight literally to give your kids that special time, that individual attention, dad's love from your kids. You got to give that to them. That's why I feel short at. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly admit that. And my little monsters made me feel it too. Fuck the money. Fuck what you did for them. It's the time, bro. They want the time from you. Those moments when they growing up and you right there to kind of guide them. I missed a lot of that with my kids. So, and that's something that I'm going to have to live with. And I'm okay with it because I have a lifetime to repair that. See what I'm saying? It can't nobody make me feel bad because I'm out here swimming with the sharks that can hand this down to my kids if I could teach them how to run. You know what I'm saying? I actually built them up to where, like, when they come out, if they want to go to school, they can. If they don't want to go to college, they go be straight because of what they daddy know. And I know you going to start a business right now, you going to go through it. By the time all your friends get out of school, you going to be making more money than them. By the time I air all the smoke clear, you're going to have successful business out here because I know what it takes. And they going to be able to expedite and get there faster than I got there because of the knowledge and the insight and what I had to go through to be in this position in life. So that's really interesting. And we're going to go ahead and keep the show going, but I needed to share those moments on what I went through and what actually helped turn me into the person that I am right now. And so I get a couple of these questions. So he said, how long was y'all married? Bro, we were married since my daughter finna be 17. It's still counting right now. About 15, 16 years. Yeah. And then it's about to be hopefully over with this year. Yeah. Crazy, bro, how time go by. So it's just, but I went through it though, and we had a good point. We almost through it, but we had a good point, and it's all love over here with both sides. So I can't complain. So let me get to my banner. So I already did that. Okay, let's go on and go into the news and a recap. Okay, let's get into the news and a recap, man. I'm gonna go. Oh, let me see here. Okay, let me fix this thing real quick. Hang on. Y'all just vibe out with me for a little bit. I'm gonna make this next title for YouTube for when if y'all want to go back and look at it on YouTube. Let me see here. News recap. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I know how to word it. Okay. Okay, and let's hit the save button. Okay, now I got the title on YouTube right now what we're talking about, and we getting ready to tap into this ICE shooting that happening up in Minnesota. I think it's in Minnesota. Yeah, let me get to my laptop over here. I think it happened in there. Yeah, there it is. Just first thing popped up, yeah, Minneapolis. Now, there's a lot of different standpoints on this issue right here regarding this ICE shooting. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen so many different angles. I've seen a lot of breakdowns on what happened during this ICE shooting. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a Caucasian female that was, I think it was her and her significant other was out there giving ICE hell. I mean, it was giving them a lot of verbal anguish. You know, they was talking some shit to them. You know, questioning their methods and everything on what they was doing. And I think one of the ICE agents, you know, he got in his feelings. I saw it. I'm gonna give y'all my perspective on what I saw. the ICE agent got in his feelings and he was, demanding that the Caucasian woman step out of the vehicle while she was talking all this bullshit from the window. He got tired of it. So he's law enforcement now, regardless. Those are federal agents, whether people like it or not. They federal agents. And he requested this Caucasian woman to step out of this damn vehicle since you talking all of this shit. He was sick of it. So, and she chose to put the car in drive and tried to leave the scene or where the situation happened. She tried to leave. Now, if anybody knows what happens when you put that car in drive and you have any type of law enforcement that's anywhere towards the front of the vehicle, anywhere toward, they don't know what direction you go. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, they have training on when people is trying to use a vehicle as a deadly weapon. Okay, you have the right to defend yourself also with deadly force. I'm gonna say this again, man. When you use your vehicle as a deadly weapon and try to drive off, and you have a law enforcement and anybody who's representing the law that's in front of that vehicle or anywhere towards the front, to where they feel like that they could have died out there, they are permitted to use deadly force. Regardless on what the situation is, they have that right. And from what I saw, the man got sideswiped by the front of the car. He definitely let a couple shells off. He hit him. He killed him. You know what I'm saying? I really hate it for him. But you cannot use a vehicle that way. Now, I hate that. And I know a lot of people say he could have got out the way and let her go. That's a he could have. That's a way that he could have chose too. Something else might have happened. He could have chose that decision too, but he also had the same right to use deadly force. There's rules to this. Now you can talk all of this big boy talk, but then you gotta stand there and answer for it if they ask you to get out the car. There's things called, okay, you can file a complaint regarding the officer and their actions. And you would have fuck around and won the complaint. She could have won the complaint and probably been compensated financially for that officer doing it just because she does have freedom of speech. Like you could talk shit to the police officers as long as you're not threatening them. You can call them all type of bitches, hoes, whatever you want to call them. Literally, whatever you want to say to them, you can call them that because you have freedom of speech. As long as you're not threatening them. You know what I'm saying? Threatening their life, because then they could get you for something on that. But you have freedom of speech. Now, if she would have complied and got out of the vehicle, she would have won the case, because he would have roughed her up because he was mad because she was calling them out on what they was doing to some of the citizens of Minneapolis. That's okay. But to use the vehicle in a deadly manner, even though she wasn't trying to, it looked like she wasn't trying to, but I can't put myself in that officer's shoes and say that I seen that vehicle coming towards me. I didn't know what she was gonna run me over or not. I had to meet force with force. It's just my observation and I know I talk to people that feel like that this was wrong, that this is an uproar. ICE filing and took somebody's life. And I get it. I understand the uproar, I do. And I think it might be more to the story there because of the ethnic persuasion of the victim. I think this is highlighted a little bit more because how they doing my fellow Hispanics, how they doing these people is low down as hell, man. And I never liked it. I never liked it. For real. And I think this is getting really highlighted and put on the platform because it was a Caucasian woman that got peeled back like it. Yeah, she got her ass popped because she used that car at a deadly force. You can't do it like that when these officers are trained. If somebody's coming at you full speed, the car, you got a right to shoot back. You know what I'm saying? You got a right to meet that deadly force with deadly force. I hate it. That those are the rules. But damn, you can't do it like that. You should have just complied and got out the vehicle. You know how many times I done heard when I see our people and I go through the comments sometime when one of our people get killed because we know we getting done wrong when we trying to stand on our rights and we getting killed and the comments say, why did you just comply? He should have just got out the car. It's the same fucking problem now. Why did she just get her ass out the car? You see what I'm saying? That's what I see from my standpoint. You should have got your ass out the vehicle. He told you to get out the car, stop the car. But because you want to prove a point, you try to drive off and he popped your ass. Now it's an uproar in the country because that went down. Could it have went another way? I think it could have, but it didn't. She got her ass popped. You can't do it like that. Well, I know so many times our people try to stand up for our rights with the police, and then all the comments come through. Oh, just get out the car. I don't know why they making it hard for them. Get out the car. Just get out the car and fought it on the back end. Well, she should have did the same damn thing too. Now look what happened. And now they marching everywhere. It's marching worldwide. It's an outcry. Look at how they got the Hispanic community living in these camps that they got set up for them, living like shit. Ain't nothing too many people talking about that. See what I'm saying? Dehumanizing a whole group of people. Ain't nothing you talking about that. Crazy as hell. But because you wanted to drive through an officer and you got your ass popped, now it's an uproar. Man, this shit is a mockery out here, man. I be tripping. It ain't nothing against. I'm a realist and I know what's going on out here. This is crazy. And I really hate it for. I don't wish death upon nobody, but some type of accountability got to be taken on that end. It can't be a shift of bubble. And I'm against ICE because I don't like how they doing. I don't like how they doing my people. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how they doing a lot of the minority groups out here. I hate that shit. Because a lot of times these people come over here for opportunity. And it be like the small bad apples that a certain individual try to group everybody in the same group of bad apples. And it's bad apples in every fucking race. You know what I'm saying? There's shit bags and dirt bags in every race. But it gets highlighted for a certain group of people. The nigga be hating that shit too. He says becoming a third world country. Man, it's crazy, man. I just think it's a lot of tactics and things that's getting used to try to shift the narrative on what's really going on behind the scenes. That's what I know to be true on what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's a political thing, and I get it, and people get caught up in it, and they don't see things for themselves. They don't put themselves in the other side's shoe. They believe this narrative that's going around out here, but like I always say, that's people's God-given rights to believe whatever they want to believe. I just be happy when they openly say that they believe this certain way. When they openly do it, I respect them more because at least they not hiding in the shadows and they believe a whole nother philosophy. They're actually telling you what the fuck is going on with them and what they believes is and how they feel like this. They love what ICE is doing, or they love how people is getting, you know what I'm saying, discriminated against. It's people out there that actually love that shit and they get a thrill off of it, and that's their God-given right to get that thrill off of it. Who are you to tell them that they low down? Who are you? But if it's like that and you consider them like that, then they got to do you the same way. And this missed somewhere in that going back and forth, the level of respect gets missed until a certain side gets the chance to feel what the other side feels, and then it's a whole different ball game. Then it's oh man, I didn't know it was happening like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. You get to hearing all the apologies and things of that nature. Ain't the respect level is fucked up. It is, and I understand it. Do I judge them for being like that? I don't. I really don't, because they have a right within this country to be like it. You have freedom of speech. You can treat people like shit. You can repent and get away with it in this country. You can get up the next morning, go up against everything you repented against, go out here and treat people like shit, go home and repent, per what book you believe in, and you can still get to the destination you need to get to. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have that opportunity here in this country. You do. And it's crazy. But you know, that ICE issue, man, I really hate it for that individual because, you know, like there's somebody that's gonna miss their loved one, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to die. And it's unfortunate that that had to happen, but you got to look at the rules of engagement too. Put the emotions to the side that somebody lost their life. Look at the rules of training that the federal officers have to undergo. Look at the rules now. It's plain as day. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's crazy how things could continue to unfold, and then you see the level of you know, the level of outcry because, you know, this lady has, you know, lost her life. And I will throw out that Caucasian lady, you know, lost her life, you know, in the hands of ICE because, you know, from the footage that I saw, she chose to use her car in some type of deadly manner when she sideswiped this officer, this ICE agent, which is a federal officer. And he, you know, returned, he shot, he filled her ass over leg real quick. So it happens. It happens. So I hate it for him. I'm not in agreements on both sides on this because it could have been handled a different way. Like she didn't have to pull up and stop traffic and start using verbal abuse towards the officer, even though she got freedom of speech. That officer then had to get in his feelings and get worked up and try to get her at the car. He could have just received the lashing because she got that right, and he could have let her drive off. But because he wanted to escalate it and she didn't want to, you know, go through it and deal with it on the back end like a lot of people don't want to do. You don't want to end up getting detained, put in handcuffs, and have to figure it out on the back end. Nobody wants to go through that. But I know a lot of my people, we go through this shit and then we get embarrassed, or we be out there on the curve and they trying to figure it out, or we go to jail and then have to figure it out on the back end, which we shouldn't have even been in the cuffs from the get-go. She wasn't going in no cuffs. She tried to pull off. Got her ass hit up. I'm sorry, man. I really hate it for her. I don't know y'all's standpoint. He said, I really don't think she was a good person. Even her better half wasn't that good of a person. I can see that because they was out there talking that shit. I can see that too. But because somebody got killed, then it's a mockery. The mayor up there talking that shit and all this, bro, is a mockery. I don't even understand. They both was out there talking that shit and think they was gonna get away with it because they don't know, okay, you talking that shit, but you talking that shit to somebody who's is a human being. You don't know how he gonna take it. And he probably was out there listening, having his tongue lashing for a while, and he flexed his badge. And then it ended up going left on both sides, and somebody ended up dying. It happens. I see it happen all the time within my community. So it happens. So, bro, do you travel outside the country? We the only country that allows this mess to transpire. Man, I need to get my passport. My brother been telling me to get my passport forever because he would like me to go see how it is around the world. He said it's nothing like the stereotypes. It's nothing. This American shit doesn't fly in some of these other cultures, and it's beautiful over there. And it's like the way of living is totally different. It'll make you want to leave the country, all of that. So at long, guy, I have heard that. I'll put your comment on the screen. I have heard that. So, but I don't know. It's just it's different here. It's different here. So, but I look at both sides though. I hate to try to one side in the situation just because emotions are involved, and you got a part of the, you got one party that's involved in the situation that's taking it harder, and normally the masses will flock to one side's aid because on how it looks. You see what I'm saying? But not knowing that they have to look at both standpoint and then come up with your answer. So it's just crazy. And long life more dumb stuff will dumb pride. Yeah, well win. Yeah, facts. I understand what you're saying. You don't win dumb prizes for real. You really can't do it like that. You have to, there's rules of engagement out here that everybody still has to fall in line when, you know, when people trying to uphold the law. It's just what it is. Sometimes you have to fight it on the back end. You don't want to, but you have to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rather that you could be out there bickering, arguing with them and everything in the third, but then really your best defense is letting them keep on doing things their own way. Because especially if they doing things outside of the law, you go get off. You go, it's ways in place because it was so many people filming out there. She was go get off. because she had her first degree. She had her First Amendment rights. You got your First Amendment right. You got freedom of speech. You can talk that shit to anybody. Now, whether they get mad about it and violate your rights, then it's a whole nother issue there. Then you have you got a nice lawsuit against them. Like, you can get your lick back. You can have the last laugh, and then they got to come to court and answer for why they violated your rights. See what I'm saying? Like, it's ways to handle it. It's just it can get expensive, and it's harder to deal with it on the back end when it should have been done right on the front end. So, and that's my take on that. We'll get a couple more of these comments before I wrap the show up. Okay. It's I heard her better half had a restraining order against one of her kids. See, you see that? It might be true. That's hearsay. It might be true. You see what I'm saying? Hey, brother, while I'm in college, what can I utilize that would help me be successful? And what? Hey, hold on. What's it? My KTM, you know who I'm talking to. Listen to me. Take some high-level agricultural classes while you're in college. Whatever you do, get it. I'm talking about some 3,300 classes, 4,300 classes, anything above 2,000 plus classes, higher electives. Take a lot of them in agricultural classes. And I'm going to tell you why. The moment you graduate with your degree, go take your sprayer's license and become sprayer certified. Go take the sprayer's license. You will thank me later. That's what you do while you're in college. And so take high-level electives in agriculture, forestry, things like that. That way you get to learn about the trees, the plants, and things like that. The broadleaves, the different type of grasses, the different type of terrains, the different type of dirt, all of that good stuff. Learn about those on higher levels. Go take your sprayer's license, and you walk out of college with your sprayer's license, you go thank me later. That's the best game I can give you while you're in school. If you're trying to go towards this direction, get your fucking sprayer's license. You know what I'm saying? Take them high-level electives. That way, when you look at the material, the study material to take the sprayer's license, I mean, you're gonna, and then also take a biochemistry. Take a class like that too. You know what I'm saying? Understand the chemistry of it, because then it breaks it down to what's in these sprays, like the type of chemicals that you need to combat or to take care of diseases or to stop growth. You will learn all of this stuff. Take your biochemistry. That'll help you. And that's what I can recommend that you do if you want to go towards this category, or yet be some type of an engineer outside engineer. That'll help you too. That way you can get in the building retaining walls and finding out why they use certain things. But if I was you, take high-level electives in those categories, and you go be good to go when you get out of school. Then the rest is hands-on, and you just build your company. Best advice I can give you. Let me see. Up on long guy. Let me look at this. Let me see. Get one. I'll change your whole perspective on living. I'm from East Nashville. Everything I've learned growing up, I reteaching myself. Yeah, I'm reteaching myself. Facts, bro. At long guy, facts, bro. That's what you got to do. And a lot of times, man, I've retrained my way of thinking for real to just kind of really understand both sides. And that goes along with customer service. For real. Because, like, you have to understand your client's perspective. They're paying you for you to understand their perspective on life. You see what I'm saying? That's part of customer service. Finding out who your customers are, so you can have follow-up conversations with them. Customer service. They're paying you for a service. I feel like they paying for the relationship. You got to give them that. That's customer service. For real. That's some more gems right there I just dropped. Instead of you looking at your client like you're doing them a favor by coming to take care of their lawn or coming to provide whatever service that you offer. You're doing the client a favor. And that's a fucked up way of thinking. But people have the right to think like it. They do. They do. But I don't think like it. But I don't hold nothing against anybody. I just try my best to let people live. And that's it. That's the main thing I do. Just let them live. Just let me live. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So if you don't mind talking shit to people, that must mean you can stomach people talking shit to you. Because if you can't, hey man, you is a throwed off individual. I'm talking about throwed off. And that's just my personal opinion. You can take, if you can dish it out, but when people get to dishing it back to you with these real life facts on the shit that you doing, on how they feeling, and you can't take it, man, you playing with yourself. Biochem, high level agriculture and forestry, terrain, soil science. Thank you. Yeah, all of that. All of that. Take them high level electives in there. Yes. Yes. If you can do that, I'm telling you, okay, you will learn so much. You just need to retract 10% of that stuff. Just retract 10, 15% of it. You're going to be good to go. You're going to be good to go. I promise you. If I can go back and go to college and not go to be a medical doctor and not go towards the body science, I would have went straight towards cell biology. Like anything towards that, anything towards agriculture, I would have went straight in that direction. Because now I know that because I did take forestry and I did take those high elective classes in college, it helped me understand the biochemistry level of a plant cell and how photosynthesis works, how the Calvin cycle works, how these different plant processes, how they work, what components are included in these processes. You learn all of that in higher level education. You learn. And then you take that information and you apply it to what you're doing. You can have a different level of conversation with your client with a certain level of knowledge that you can gain at a higher, higher education like college or something like that. It could be it's a different level of understanding you can give your client on why you have to do things a certain way. So, and that's some real gems for real that I just dropped right there. So, and then let me see here. We're gonna get rid of some. It show up. It's 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes past the hour. And I had a good time on here. Like I said, on this show right here, and I get to go live on pretty much all the platforms and look at comments and everything. To where y'all go get to meet me, find out a lot more about my past and where I came from. And this is some things that I went through to turn me into who y'all see behind the camera. Because I'm a genuine person. I'm a real person. I don't put the mask on. I don't jump into character for the camera. When you see me off camera, I'm the same way, carry on the same way. We laugh, we go joke, but we go be serious at the same time. And I'm all for laughter. Like, I love to laugh every day. 15 times a day, I try to laugh on the average. At least 15, I'm talking about extremely hard laughs. I at least try to get at least that many out a day. Because life is too short to go through life and just be mad at your situation that you put yourself into. And you can't find a way to laugh. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just not finna be like it. But thank y'all for tapping in. And like I said, just be on the lookout for the next episode 2 of the L&L podcast coming out this Thursday. It's gonna be live. Y'all know I do everything live. It's gonna be at 8:30, and it's set up predominantly for the lawn and landscaper community. This is why we don't do nothing but talk about lawn care and landscaping on how we can, help each other get our business up the float. It's just on this Sunday shit. This is when I get to talk about the worldly stuff and let y'all know more about me as a person, because I feel like that is very important. It's just we got to figure out what did the person behind the camera go through. I think it's so important. So let's see. Let me answer a couple more questions. We'll come up out here. So why don't more landscapers add stump removal to their services? Bro, I have no idea. I don't know, but I promise you, that's a service that I'm gonna add on the stump doctor. It's just I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of times, if they dealing with a lot of lawn maintenance, that can really pin a landscaping company down. It's the lawn maintenance, especially if they live in the area that has an abundance of rain. Then they can get really backed up real quick. So that's one of the reasons. And also, I don't know. They're just too damn busy to even think about it. But that's a good ass question. So let me see. Number one, longer. I'm subdued to both your platforms, bro. Hey man, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate the love and the support. I'm doing this for us and for the community. I'm doing this for us, man. I just know that I feel like I'm walking into my calling and what I'm able to do and what I'm able to come on camera and just carry on. Because it takes a different type of person to be able to entertain for over an hour on the camera, and there's no dull moments. There's no moments and things like that. I could just keep it cooking for an hour, just basically just talking about, you know, my experiences and what I went through, and to change it to the person that I am right now. So let me get to a couple more comments real quick. Y'all hang on and then we'll wrap it up. Let me see here. Worldwide Lawn, sir. What up, brother? He said, let me join request. Okay, hold on, TikTok. I might stay on there for a little bit longer, and I'll open up the floor. It said myself, who I need and who will be able to put a brother on or have skills, or needs, I'm sure. Yeah. What would be a good area? Where would you get 80 plus weekly clients? Because I'm where you're 1 acre. Okay, hold on. What would be a good area where we are at top, get 80 plus clients weekly? I don't know really. I know in Nashville, like, it just depends on what you do. Like, for real, you just need opportunities. Like, I know I've never advertised for my business. I never went on Google search. I never did any of that stuff to get extra clients with my business. I never did it. So, oh, my bad. I must have said something different. Hold on. But I'm gonna answer that question. Thank you, Gina, for straightening me out on that. The L&L podcast is on Wednesdays, Wednesday night at 8:30. If I said anything different, it's Wednesday night at 8:30. Wednesday, 8:30 from this day until I die. It's on YouTube, 8:30 Wednesday. Go under my bio. My YouTube handle is there. We're gonna grow this YouTube area, and I'm gonna do it with these podcasts and everything that I have set up in the lives that I've named, and we're gonna grow it that way. He said, you're late to do all your videos. No, Jay Smiles, it's all me, baby. I do everything. I'm a one-man wrecking crew. I do all the, and I make it easy for myself with my videos because I don't edit anything, brother. Everything you see on my platform is one take. It's no double take. There's none of that. There's no hieroglyphics in the back. There's no special lighting. No, I film it. I put a couple titles up and I get it out in the atmosphere. I don't edit nothing. So, and y'all kind of hang in there with me TikTok, because I'm gonna come back on here and I'm gonna open up the flow to let people in the room so we can vibe out together, because I know how y'all get down. Let me see here. It said I sub my stump out to my buddy. It's smart, lawn living. You won't lose, bro. I'm telling you, hey, the stump doctor. Hey, I know what you on, bro. I appreciate that game too. And Crawley finally caught one of you. I appreciate you tapping it. Hey, Dante, bro, set your notifications. A lot of people is missing my lives and everything. Y'all set y'all notifications on y'all phone so y'all will get it, especially in the meta world. Hit your notification button. That way, every time I go live, it'll let you know. If not, you might tend to miss a lot of them. And it ain't nothing against Meta. It's just what they told me that I need to let y'all know to do. If y'all don't want to miss none of my top of the morning lives, or anytime I go live, go in your link under my bio, under my name, and just give me all the notifications, and you will never miss anything again. You know what I'm saying? It's just what they told me to tell y'all. The L&L is fine. I appreciate that long life, more. Bro, we go talk. We go get up on the phone one day, for real. We all hustling. I know we want to grind. Also, you may be like me, played on overflow. Yeah, man. Hey, that's real. Let me see. Lawns by Raymond. Let's see. Top of the world to you. I'm here in Atlanta, currently at grading form and doing lawn count on the side. Should I start off using app to get clients? Bro, do whatever you got to do. Word of mouth, use the apps, do whatever you have to do to land the client. Everything is literally, it's just icing on the cake. Your main thing is need to get your ass out there. Tell more people that that's what you're doing for a living, and just watch the snowball effect happen. That's the main thing I can tell you. You need to get out there and work on your experience in the field, doing it on your own, putting all of that passion that you give that other job into your business. Start that process and watch what happens. Any advertisement that you do to help you get out there is just icing on the cake, and it'll expedite the process for you. That's it. So, and that's what I got for you. He said, I'll be watching. Appreciate all the info you put out there daily. No problem, 507 Enterprise, man. Bro, it's all love over here. Now, I appreciate everybody tapping in. I got to get up off here because it's 14 minutes after. If y'all want to consider, I'm going to call it the after party. Y'all can come on over to TikTok. I'm finna open up the floor, and we're going to get some other people on the stage so we can vibe out more tonight. So if y'all want to, come right on over to TikTok. You know what I'm saying? My handle's One Man, One More Landscaping. And then we can vibe on there for a little while. But other than that, I appreciate y'all. They said if you ain't in the Illinois podcast on Wednesday, you go squat. Hey, Carl, I am my brother from another mother, bro. You coming on here soon, bro? We gonna get you on here soon, Carl. I ain't gonna even lie. We gotta get you on here soon. I ain't gonna even lie. So we'll reach out to you. And then Lawns by Raymond, much appreciate. Anytime, bro. I'm here to help everybody. Cause and just long as it's reciprocated and y'all be there to help me, we can help each other go to the top. Cause I'm no hater, and I definitely don't feel like that I'm better than nobody on here. Like we all the same. At the end of the day, if I get cut right here, I'm gonna bleed out red. I gotta put my pants leg on one pants leg at a time. I don't be on that hoorah shit, man, like I'm just better or I have all this shit figured out. I'm just a human being that's trained. And I know how to talk to people, and I know I got some on this camera. You know what I'm saying? I know this. And I know I do things in such a way to where I'm able to reach people. I understand it. But that don't make me no better than nobody else. For real. And it's a lot of times I see people who get on who do content creators and they get the following behind them, they go up. Bro, they just think they better than everybody. And they rub people so wrong because they take on this mentality. And I'm trying to let them live. I be trying because they have that God-given right to let it go to their head. They do. They can do this. But I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do it. I'm a human being just like everybody else. And then when people meet me in person, they tell the same shit. You the same as you are on camera, and that's some real shit. You different than the other ones. Cause you get the other ones off the camera, bro, a whole damn, man, do a 360 on how they is on the camera. Man, they'll be like, man, I'll never go down that road ever. Cause it don't make no damn sense. I just have to let them live, as I like to say. But like I said, I'm coming up off here. YouTube, thank y'all for tapping in again. Wednesday night, 8:30. It's gonna be a special show. It's supposed to be 3 people on the panel. It's supposed to be 3 people on the panel this Wednesday. It's gonna come at y'all with some real shit, and y'all know how we get down on there. It's raw, it's uncut, it's for the people. We gonna do our thing. We're gonna have fun for at least an hour. It's gonna be up all 2026. I can't wait to see the clips coming up. I can't wait to see everybody influx. I can't wait to find out more about this industry that I didn't know last year because I'm opening myself up to social media. I can't wait to show y'all what the power of social media is all about when you utilize it the right way and really link up with some real people out here in the country that can really help you. They don't really hate on you. They want the best for you. It'll happen on social media. Hey, bro, I'm gonna get on up out of here, but I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna end this one.